What's going on, you webheads? So I just got in from seeing both Ted and Amazing Spider-Man, and let me quick short review of Ted. Go see the movie; it's fucking hilarious. It has Family Guy, Seth MacFarlane's touch written all over it, literally. And yeah. Now let's get into the blog that y'all wanted to see. The reason why you clicked on my video because y'all love me. Amazing Spidey. I was really skeptical about seeing this movie at first because I'm not no big Spider-Man fan. I'm gonna explain that later in the video. But let's just get on with this movie review. So I give the movie a solid, maybe a. I want to give it a 4 out of 5, just because it was a reboot and some of the stuff we already know. We know that he had Uncle Ben died, and Spider-Man wanted to avenge his uncle, and we know that he was bitten by a spider, and that's how he got his powers. And it was by the spider. It was created from the Oscorp Corporation, and we know that although they didn't, Spider-Man's origins have him wrestling to get his costume. They did pay homage to that a little bit when Spider-Man came down, from the roof trying to catch the bad guy that supposedly was supposed to be the Uncle Ben's murderer, but turned out it was a fraud. And so he fell down the building and crashed to a wrestling ring. And some of the people got it, in the audience, just like me, were like, "Oh," you heard a lot of people in the audience saying that. And then some people were clueless because they probably didn't see the Spider-Man movies. To give a brief description of why I think compare this movie to the first movie, of course, because it's a reboot and an origin story. Spider-Man 1, had if you just switch out Norman Osborn with the Lizard, Kurt Connors, that's the movie right there, y'all. Because one, remember they had the little battle at the bridge. It wasn't really no battle. It was just Kurt Connors looking for the dude to give the antidote to about the arm. I mean, the formula for Norman Osborn because he was sick. Although, yeah, Green Goblin was in this movie, but he wasn't in this movie. You know what I'm saying? You get it? However, yeah, I will say this. I will say this. They got Peter Parker slash Spider Man down to a T because I was reading some of the Spider Man comics and remember how Spider Man is on the New Avengers comics that I have that written by Brian Michael Bendis, the co-creator of Spider Man, Ultimate Spider Man. Yeah, Spider Man's talking is a wisecracker basically when he's fighting crime, and they got him down to a T. Of course, the famous lines on the previews and stuff. No, it's my weakness. But he was making all kind of jokes, man. I was laughing. Okay, Spidey, you got a few giggles out of me. Okay, my favorite part was when he was waiting for the lizard to come so he can get a picture. When he was laying on the web playing I want not Tetris. What's the game called? Bust a Move. Remember that game? Yeah, he was playing that game on his phone. It was funny. And also when Stan Lee was in the library, dusting books and being a librarian, and you see the Lizard and Spidey fighting in the back. That was pretty funny. The casting was awesome. Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy. Because who I thought was at first like Peter's second love interest, but to come to find out she's actually his first love. So it's not Mary Jane. Also, she's a nerd, basically, and I love smart girls. And Andrew Garfield, man, he's Peter Parker. Sorry to say it, Tobey Maguire, but your boy did his thing. I'm giving props up. So to wrap up this review, y'all, of course, the ending, some of y'all talking about, and I did put spoilers at the beginning of this video. Um, at the end, Kurt Connors is in the jail cell, and then some mysterious dude comes up and then tells him about Peter Parker. And I just want to know one thing. Just like everybody on the internet, me Googling and message boarding, and who was that dude? There's either two villains who I think come to mind. It's either Mysterio or the Vulture. One I say Mysterio because the dude was mysterious. It's a mystery, right? Mysterio, mystery. We're all trying to figure it out, and also because the dude was old, that's why I think he's the Vulture. The Vulture is trying to get his youth back, and you know, yeah. And also, I just got done reading that season one Spider-Man graphic novel on my iPod. Y'all should go get that book. The link is on the bottom for iTunes, or if you got a comic shop or a Barnes and Noble, head down there and get it. Or if not, there's the Amazon link at the bottom. Other than that, y'all, let's get into what I was talking about the Miles Morales versus Peter Parker. If you guys haven't been following me on Facebook or Twitter and haven't been sending me messages, I thank you. Well, hate messages, because a lot of people send me messages like, "Oh, oh, brother Doug, I'm not following you no more. I'm not subscribed to your videos anymore because you're a racist." Because I didn't like Peter Parker at first. Well, check this out. For those who didn't know, even as a kid, as a child, Spider-Man really didn't interest me at all like that. I just seen the movies because I'm the first three Sam Raimi's Spider-Man film because I'm a comic book fan and I go out and support comic book movies. Just like I go out and support my minority movies, whether it's blacks or Hispanics or Asians. And sci-fi, science fiction, and fantasy. But y'all know me. I'm a big nerd, black nerd like that, and so yeah, I'm proud of who I am. But a racist is what I'm not. I'm not a racist, and this might be the last video where I say that. Other than that, people can say whatever they want about me. They can get in line with the other people that hate on me. So without that, yo, I'm not a racist, and here's why. There's so many. If I'm named all because Spider-Man wasn't really my favorite superhero when I was growing up. Just a dude with a costume who shoots webs. That the child, you don't think that's really cool. Well, maybe to some kids they might think it's cool, but to me it wasn't. I was more of an X-Men person, and still am an X-Men person. And so that's why, I wasn't really a big Spidey fan. And Miles Morales came around, and y'all know how I am about how the comic book industry is to black superheroes. So that was a big bonus for me. And plus, one of my favorite writers was behind that project. So that's why I liked Miles Morales. Well, still like Miles Morales. I don't know why I'm talking in past tense. That's why I like Miles Morales. And so y'all should pick up the Spider-Man series. They're real awesome books. I tell you, man. The series Ultimate Comic Spider-Man. It's Miles Morales because I can relate to him. Spider-Man in the hood. How many people, well, black people, can relate to that? I can relate to that. A dude who's trying to keep a secret from his parents. I don't have no secrets from my parents. I'm just saying. Who doesn't have a hidden closet, hidden skeletons in their closet? But it's just something I can connect with Miles more, if that makes sense. Not because it's not a black or white issue. Now I like Spidey, Peter Parker. Ever since I got a better understanding of who he was, because I guess the Sam Raimi films weren't really doing it. But with this film, you see, shout out to the director Mark Webb of Amazing Spider-Man. See, with this film, you get a little more conscious feel about it, and so that's why I really opened up about Spidey. And for those who think I'm a racist, I'm not. I love if I was racist, I wouldn't be blogging about this movie. I wouldn't be blogging about Sentai. I wouldn't be blogging about all the movies that I love, or all the shows, games, video games, comics, mangas. Y'all know it. Name it. Uh, yeah. All right, webheads. So with that being said, that I'm not a racist, and we never talk about this again. I just want to say the movie gets a 4 out of 5 from me. They did a fantastic job with this movie. It was a little reminiscent of the first film a little bit, but hey, it's a reboot and it's the same franchise. So what do you know? Um, Other than that, y'all go see this movie. Go see Ted. Go see all the movies this summer. I still don't think it's going to be compared box office numbers wise to Avengers, but we'll see. The next comic book movie I believe is Dark Knight Rises. That comes out on the 16th or the week after that. I don't know, but y'all can Google it and stuff too. I'll see that movie. I don't think any comic book movie is gonna come close to Avengers numbers, but still go out and support these movies so we can let studios know that comic book fans do watch these movies and we do love these movies and we do want to see our movies be made properly. So other than that, y'all, Facebook, Twitter, subscribe, comment, deuces.